Now here we are at One Vanderbilt Plaza. That's right near the Grand Central Station. Look at what an amazing job that's going on with this construction. And very soon, it's gonna get taller and taller. As I mentioned in some earlier videos, this is gonna be one of the tallest buildings in North America. And here we have a little closer view of the construction. You can see how thick those beams are. Well, it's gonna go up quite a few stories. It's gonna take over the skyline here, right near Grand Central. And as I mentioned before, New York City in the last 10 years kind of changed the area all around Grand Central to accommodate larger buildings. They wanted to do that in order to improve the value, improve the commerce. So this building and this space ended up getting a lot more rights to build higher. And that's what originally happened. And a little bit of the controversy was that Grand Central, this building here, which is actually privately owned, but it's landmarked so they can't really destroy the building, had a huge amount of air rights because the city over the years never really wanted anyone to build on top of Grand Central, and the owner of those air rights wanted to sell to SL Green, which is the owner of this space here. And SL Green managed to get the city to change some of the zoning laws, and the city wanted to do it too. But as a result, the developers really didn't need to buy the air rights. And let's take a look around this building here. Now, we're just on the southern side on 42nd Street to watch this seeing this building, but we'll take a tour just around so that all the people in the US have a chance to see what this building is like, and almost as if they were in New York watching what was going on. But it is really fascinating seeing this and seeing how it was before. Now, I have an earlier video that shows the buildings that were here that they had to tear down. Beautiful buildings, but older, maybe 50, 80, 100 years old, but it was okay. The city wanted them to build this huge skyscraper, which is gonna add to the value of the city, which is gonna add to the value of SL Green's holdings. It's gonna benefit everyone. And again, this property is One Vanderbilt. Isn't this beautiful, just taking a look at this? Seeing what's here? It's just amazing when you see the different developments in New York. How much time it takes, how much effort it takes, but then once the buildings are up, everyone forgets how much work was involved because the building is there. You go to work, you don't think about how much you've done. And now we're looking north on Madison Avenue. You can see here. And then where we walked was from east to west on 42nd Street. You can see there in the distance is the Chrysler Building. Now there is a better view of the Chrysler Building in the distance. Isn't it great just seeing everything? And there is Grand Central. So if we were to go all the way from Madison Avenue to First Avenue down here, we would actually go to the United Nations. And in the very distance, that last tall building right after Tudor City, that's actually the United Nations. So you can see how close everything is to what's going on. So this building, One Vanderbilt, is going to be an amazing building not too far from the United Nations. So now this is looking east and looking at One Vanderbilt Plaza. You can see how beautiful it is here. The building going up, everything. You can see in the background is the MetLife building. Now that building actually about 50 years ago had a helicopter pad on the top until there was an accident and And then when they had the accident with the helicopter pad, the city said we cannot have a helicopter pad anymore on the top of the MetLife building. So we'll just take a walk, see what this building is like as we progress from south to north on Madison Avenue, and everyone can have a better look at the construction that's going on. Because in the world, there's many aficionados of construction. And this is one of those large buildings that's unique, that will be under construction, that will make for a very interesting development. You can see here again, building. And this is a continuation of what we were filming. It's going to be a beautiful building once it's done. Here's another view, looking at it from north to south, and actually we're looking at it from the northwestern corner of the building, looking towards the southeastern corner of the building. And this is 43rd Street. We're 1 block north of 42nd Street. And to our left is Grand Central. And you'll have a chance to see it right here. The historic Grand Central. This is another view looking to the northwest, from the northeast, looking to the southwest. See how beautiful this building is. This is going to go up quite a few stories. And look at the steel beams that are being used. So massive. But of course, because it's going to be such a large structure, it only makes sense that the buildings would be this massive. So we'll take a little tour here. Going from north to south along Vanderbilt Avenue. This is more so that everyone has a chance to see what's going on. And here they're in the process of raising a beam. You can see them with 2 cranes working together to raise a very massive beam. They always do it slowly because of wind, because of other issues. They don't want to do everything too quickly because other buildings are really right nearby. And if you drop a massive I-beam, it's going to be a very big oops, especially if it hits one of the buildings. Not that it will, but that's why they're very, very cautious. Isn't this amazing here, seeing this massive construction going on. Now remember, they built this up. When you look at the ground, you think it's just the ground, but they already built in the ground about 100 feet a basement structure. They had to go down to bedrock, and because it's going to be such a tall building, they had to make sure that it was going to be on very, very sturdy ground. It's just amazing seeing this whole structure go up. And it's scheduled to be completed in the year 2020. So that's about 2 years from now.